he picked the wrong family, and not scared of a conflict, and we're not scared. We're not running. We're coming at him.
Hey guys, welcome to the think tank. Hey, I'm Mekci.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm doing. How you doing?
I'm doing. So, pretty interesting day. Holy crow, eh? You got the Keegan Klein thing.
40 years, guys. 40 years. Is
I
that
was pretty
enough?
shocked.
Do you think that's enough?
I think he got it. I think he got what was coming. Now I'm curious though, is he going to start talking about some stuff? I think he was pretty shocked. Like he looked like he was about to vomit when he was coming out of that courtroom. Oh, yeah, that's pretty stiff. That's pretty stiff. So if his
Yes,
dad,
indeed. That's exactly what he's going to get in prison.
Mhm. So I'm hoping if there's any connection to anybody at this point, now that he's been sentenced, I hope things start right. So yeah, so that happened, and then the police have sent the prosecutors their case as far as it goes with Michael Vaughn. So kind of waiting to see if the prosecutors are going to take it on. And I'm hoping so because the mom, Brandy, oh my God, it just makes you feel ill. Let me see if I can find that here. I'm going to show this here real fast.
Hi, Dandy.
Hello, Dandy. Okay, I'm going to play this just before we get into our case.
2 years since 5-year-old Michael Monkey Vaughn went missing from his home in Fruitland. Fruitland Police Department said today on Facebook they have submitted a case to the Payette County prosecutor. In this case, a prosecutor would review a probable cause affidavit and decide whether or not to take the case before a judge. If there's enough evidence, a judge can issue an arrest warrant. We don't know what's in that affidavit, though. On July 27th of 2021, Michael Vaughn was reported missing from his front yard. He hasn't been seen since. Police later announced 4 suspects they believe know something about his disappearance. The Fruitland Police Department has also searched the home and excavated the backyard of a neighbor after a specialty trained dog hinted at human remains. However, none were found. Michael's mom issued a statement today. Brandy Neal said, "It has been very hard for us this past month. Everything feels like the day Monkey went missing all over again. It's so hard every day, but for days like these, birthdays, Halloween, Christmas, everything without Michael here is heartache. We stand strong with law enforcement, the community, and family." If you have any information about Michael's whereabouts, you're asked to contact the Fruitland Police Department.
Yeah.
Hi, Dave. First of all, hi, Dave. So still nothing with Michael, huh?
Well, not yet, but I think it's coming.
I thought he was coming
Yeah.
then,
Me too. I hear you. Yeah.
And I feel bad for Brandy. I want her to have some peace, at least something. Some peace, like.
Yeah. Hello, Dave. Good to see you, friend. Yeah. Oh, it hurts the heart,
It
you
does.
know.
She's a good girl, and I
Mm,
know her, like herself and her husband, like got a lot of flack at the start for,
yeah. Yeah. Some
um,
different social media, the true
yeah,
crime that isn't really true crime, they went after them. Yeah, you got 40 years. Isn't that something? We were just talking about that. It's like, whoa. So now let's hope that he starts talking a little bit more. I don't know. Can't
the
affect him.
the thing is,
Or
though, I feel like he has been talking. Well, according to him, right? I don't. This is his side of the story. He says he's tried
yeah,
to
that is the thing.
say something to the cops, tell them something, and they're not listening. So
Well,
I don't know.
he did say in one of his last interviews, now I can't remember which podcast it was, but it was one of the better ones that have followed right from the beginning. He was talking to them and he said, "After
Oh,
my sentencing, I will talk to you a bit about the Delphi case." So, I don't know what that
oh
means.
my God. Why isn't that podcast coming to my brain? Because they have a lawyer
Yeah,
that
one's a
submitted
lawyer.
that's well, no, they have a lawyer specifically that submitted documents to the court asking for permission to have access to the case.
Okay, okay.
Um, I know Dandy probably knows the name. And Dave, I know
Anya
you abbreviate a lot. I'm assuming it's because you're
Anya
driving.
Kane.
um,
Anya
murder
Kane?
is it murder something podcast? Murder
Yeah, you're getting closer.
uh
We'll figure it out.
Murder
We'll
Sheet.
figure it out.
Is it Murder
Yes, that's
Sheet?
them.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Good job.
Yeah. Dave, you owe me a soda. I said it first.
Yeah, so let's hope. Let's hope. Richard Allen isn't there something happening with him in August too, I think? I'll have to look, like
The last thing I know is that his lawyers were denied going to see his cell.
well, and he's also they refused to move him. He's staying at the same
Yeah.
place.
What did the judge say that it was?
Oh, we're okay with naming other channels. Not a big deal.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't like
yeah.
promoting. I don't like negative things said, but positive, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. To me, it's basically all about sharing, right?
yeah. That's
Yeah,
what
the
we're
M
all here
sheet.
for, if everyone puts out the
Well,
trash
hello,
and
Shauna.
Shauna, my Shauna.
So I wanted to start, as far as it goes with the Long Island case. I kind of wanted to go through, I've got something of the family went back to that house
Yeah,
today, and I don't know what people expected, but they got pretty choked.
thank you,
Let me
Dave.
see here.
Please keep promoting.
Aw, thank you, Dave. Thank you very much. Absolutely, thanks. So, okay.
See, I'm glad you opened up with Monkey and Brandy, because like I said, like Brandy and her husband have gotten a lot of flack for
Oh, they
their
really
child going missing, and they really had
yeah.
nothing to do with it, and it's
No,
just a shame. I
no.
think a lot of people forget that there's families ruined and affected. A lot of times they think about the victim's family or the missing's
Mhm.
family, but the perpetrator's family as well, like,
Yeah,
is
yeah.
going through something that I don't think a lot of us will ever understand.
I'm just getting ready to load, okay, here we
Yeah.
are. I'll stop. Now, I'm gonna I'm not getting volume on this, so it could
That's
be,
fine. We'll
and
get
we'll
the
see.
picture. It's fine. We get it.
Yeah, I think we'll get the picture. Okay, you guys can see that, okay? So I'm not sure if they wanted to just go through the house, or I'm not quite sure what's
I think they might have been there just to grab stuff. Like,
that could be. That could be. Let's take a look.
Miss Ellerup, we know that it's. No, well, I'm sorry. We just. Are you staying in the house?
oh my gosh.
Hey, so we're not blaming you for anything.
We feel very bad, and we want to know if you have anything.
I mean, I can't say I wouldn't do something short of the same, you know? Like, just be like, dude,
Oh,
leave me
yeah.
alone. Like,
Yeah. Hey, Bruja. Hello, James.
hola, bruja.
And Perry,
Perry.
everybody. Yeah. What?
I do. I
I
feel for
feel
her
hor-
and her son.
Yeah.
And I do. I feel really bad for them.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And she ended it just like, it was like,
Suck it. The triple X, like, suck it.
oh, yeah. Like, I feel horrible for them. I'll say that. I just feel
Oh.
absolutely horrible for them. I couldn't go back to that house, but maybe that was something they had to do
For a lot of reasons, you know. I mean,
for a
maybe
lot of reasons.
because like I was telling you earlier, that they had taken their passports,
Yeah.
their cell phones, all of their electronics. They more than likely seized the accounts, like, so they probably ran out of money to stay at a hotel, which, dude, what
Yeah.
the hell? Like, what are you gonna do when people seize your money, right? Like, so
Oh
them
my
coming back to the
goodness.
house isn't too off for me. Like, where else are they gonna go? You know, if they have nowhere else, if her parents live in Iceland, where are you gonna go?
Iceland. Yeah, but you can't.
Iceland.
I mean,
But
they
yeah, if
got
you don't
your
have a passport,
passports.
where are you gonna
How
go?
can it?
And
You're
maybe they just
swearing
came
at
back
me,
to get
James.
stuff, you know? Do you seriously have a Trump hat on?
It's like, no.
No, it says Spalding. Oh, is that because you think he's balding? Because he is. I get where the confusion
Oh, he has
comes
been
in,
since he
James.
was
I
20.
get where the confusion comes in. You see Spalding, balding, Trump. I got you.
Well, I'm thinking what? Oh, yeah. No, you like him, right? That's right. I forgot about that.
James
I think
loves
so.
James
I think
loves
so. Oh, yeah. The whole place is volcanoes, Dave.
Mhm.
Like the whole place is just bubbling.
And you were saying the other day, and I had that thought, I just hadn't mentioned it. Well, I hadn't gotten around to it because I hadn't spoken with you. But you had said we should check out if there's any missing people in Iceland.
Yeah. They right now, there's one case in Oh, Las Vegas that they're saying that they're really looking at.
Dude, so the only place I've seen, I guess I've only seen it in one place where the article says that he had 2 freaking condos down there, right? But
Yeah.
no one else has mentioned that. So I don't know if that's true or not. And I don't know how to look up property records.
Yeah, no, neither do I for the US, right?
Mhm.
So I got the demographics of the town of Babylon and the island and what have you. So I found it quite interesting. Let's see. Gilgo, Oak Beach, and Captree communities, between all of them, there's 417 people scattered over 8.4 miles. The average family income is 170,000, 135. So these people, they know each other.
And did you
They
say that was just at the Cab Tree place?
Captree
Yeah.
communities,
Yeah.
like basically the whole stretch, like the whole stretch there between. It goes
Yeah,
over
that
an
whole freaking island, like
Yeah.
Fire Beach, all that.
417 people scattered over 8.4 miles. So these people all know each other.
Mhm.
There's, they were talking about Sheriff Numbnuts there
Yep.
partying on Oak Beach. Everybody knew it. And yeah, everybody would have known it. That's not many people.
Well, this is kind of what gets me is that what am I pulling up here? Not pulling up anything. One of the girls went missing 1 month after Shanann.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So the idea that this, if it is Rex, I don't know, or somebody else was in the area, because why wouldn't Rex be there? If they're accusing him of those Gilgo 4, like why would he not be there? Because one of those girls went missing 1 month after Shanann did, and he probably was in the area disposing of one of the other girls at the time.
Yeah, like everything is still on the board as far as everyone goes. I don't think that I think that these 4, as far as that strip of land, I think that those 4 might be the only ones, possibly the male that was dressed as the woman. Possibly that one. I'm not saying there's not, because just because there's differences doesn't mean it's not the same guy. But but then you look over at like Atlanta, as we were talking, and those ones look similar. And if they're looking at one in Vegas, I mean, wow.
So it was Megan Waterman. So Shanann went missing May 1st, 2010. And Megan Waterman went missing June 6th, 2010. So like literally 1 month later.
Yeah.
I do not find it hard to believe that if they're accusing the same guy of doing the Gilgo 4, which would be Maureen, Melissa, Megan, and Amber, the Gilgo 4, if they're accusing him of that, why wouldn't he be in the area when Shanann went missing? I don't think it's related. I'm starting to really believe that it's not related to them, but I also can't rule him out like from being there. If he's there frequently,
He can never be ruled out. I just think
no.
that realistically, at that, I think realistically, between where she was last seen and
Yeah.
then to the middle of that field, where would he have had the actual opportunity to see her?
Unless he was at one of those parties.
Well, unless there's some kind of connection between Rex and Dr. Woohoo, like,
Mm-hmm. Haskett.
yeah, if
And
there's
then
if a
Joseph
person can,
Brewer. And then the cop.
there's so much happening on that stretch of land.
It's weird. Like if that girl came out and said that she had been there multiple times to party, one of those parties that I keep like saying it happens, like people have parties like this, a
Yeah.
bunch of creepy guys,
Mhm.
and she encountered that chief of police at the time. And this
Yeah.
is 1 year after Shanann went missing. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think I mean, that would make some sense. I believe he
these
went out to
are
that area with binoculars when he was
these are all
driving
supposed to be
by,
like
but yeah.
well-to-do guys, you know.
Mhm. Of
Shanann
course,
had
this
been
is all purely speculation,
right.
everybody.
This
We're
is all
just
speculation.
having a
Right.
conversation.
But it is said, it's speculation, but it is said that Shanann had been working for a company, an escort
Mhm.
company. They would screen calls. So, like
Mhm.
any person that would call in, they would take their number down, address, like they knew who they were. Right. So, if they
Mhm.
didn't come back after a date,
Mhm.
then they'd call the cops immediately. Right.
Yeah.
So her and Michael Pack,
Mhm.
Shanann and Michael Pack decided that why are we using a middleman? Let's just do it ourselves. Which makes the reason, like the fact that Michael left her
Mhm.
even more just what? Why? You guys, you literally just called her like in this interview, like Shauna had
Well,
posted this thing earlier, and he did an interview where he said that they were business partners and that they worked together, that she would just give him a cut of his stuff. Like he was literally her driver. And
yeah, and
he
what
just
I'm
left
hearing
her.
as to why he left is 2 people said they called the cops, and as soon as they mentioned that they were calling the cops, he was gone.
Dude, what a shitty fucking person then. I'm
Y
sorry
y
for
Yeah,
cussing, but
absolutely
what a shitty
yeah.
person. Like
Mhm.
he was in this like, oh, we just decided to cut out the middleman and go in it together, and we were business partners, and I was her driver,
Mhm.
and like, so you just left her. You
Mhm.
guys
Oh,
do
yeah, it was
this
a
on a
completely
daily
dickish
basis together,
move.
and you just left her, thinking, oh,
Mhm.
she must have got it right. From who? From who?
Mhm.
You're
Mhm.
her business partner.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, like what happened. I don't know what's
That's a
up.
great way to put that, though, I appreciate how tactful you were. That's awesome. That's pretty much the thought, isn't it? That's pretty much the
Yeah.
thought. He's fairly twisted, apparently, allegedly, my opinion. Every which way I can say that.
I mean, why wouldn't he like pick somebody up, go to a party in that area,
Mhm.
do what he did,
Mhm.
and then on his way out?
Yeah. Yeah. Let me
I don't
see
know.
what I've got. Okay, we looked at
And
that.
waterboarded him.
Right?
Jeez, true. It was really weird in the interview that Michael Pack guy was doing, because he had like a dark drink in front of him that was like
Mhm.
completely full, and then he had like a water next to him as well. And I was like, and he was drinking the water, but not the. It's like, you're weird. Like, I find things like that weird. I don't know. Like, red
Stop.
flag, red flag.
Oh my god, right? Oh my god. Where are we here? La 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 la. I hope his gifting the truck to his brother brings more answers, right? And the doctor for bad acting. What bad acting? Are you kidding
That seemed
me?
legit to me,
No.
bruh. That seemed legit to me.
He's a great actor. Let's check him
Hold
out.
on. Hold on. Can I share my screen really quick? Or just really quick? Wait. Oh, wait. No, never mind. You got your thing. Do it.
And you had nothing to do with Shannon Gilbert's death. That's correct. What about all the other girls?
Oh!
Jesus Christ! What was that?
What was that?
Defibrillator.
Is it for me?
No, don't. No, it's all
He's
right.
so coherent. He's
I'm calling
fine.
911. Call 911. I'll refuse. Ah,
He even made sure to pick
I'm
up
gonna
his
call
keys.
911. You, please don't. I'm gonna call 911. Yeah, you can call 911. What channel are you?
That is so funny. Like, yeah, he's not faking it at all. This is what happens. You refuse medical care as a doctor, and you basically, take pictures of these guys. They're trying to help me. If you call 911, I'll refuse help. Like, what?
From? I'm gonna call 911. If you're having a problem with your defibrillator, let me call 911.
What channel are you from?
Please, doctor, let me call 911.
Okay. Did you find out these guys caused me to have a defibrillation? Just take pictures of these clowns, would you?
Okay, let me call 911.
I'll be gone.
Sir, please let me
He's
call the
so
doctor.
coherent
I
for
am a
someone who
doctor.
literally
I know,
just
but you
had
need
their
assistance. If your
heart
defibrillator is
several
having a problem, you need
No, my
assistance.
defibrillator's
Really
having a
astonishing.
problem.
Dandy!
You were shining that goddamn light.
Dandy, you sweet girl.
Oh my God, that is too funny.
You sweet, sweet girl. You are
Whoa,
yeah.
Dandy. Thank you. Whoa.
Cry for you.
Oh, thank you. What a sweetheart.
Aw. And scene.
Oh. Oh, wow. I
And that's
really appreciate
hilarious.
it, friend. Wow.
I never thought about it. I was like, and scene.
Add scene. Hey, Ken.
Gets in his car. But dude, you remember that
Wow.
day that we were reading the probable cause at the start? They had already arrested Rex, of course, but they were talking about like a big guy, ogre. Hackett, he's a big guy.
Yeah.
He looks a little bit like an ogre. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't explain Heuerman's wife's hair on the bodies, but
Yeah. Dr. Defibrillator. Unreal.
Dr. Diva.
Dr. Defibrillator. I had to show that again. Like, it's just become part of it. It's like, are you kidding
We're
me?
gonna definitely have to make a t-shirt that says like Dr. Defibber or Dr.
I agree.
Defib.
Yep. I've got it down. I wasn't able to do a whole lot today. And action.
Oh, yes. Ogre turned out to be a pretty spot on description. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But
Yeah.
that's what made me think, like, because we just saw a picture of him getting in the car. His head was like right on the ceiling. He's a pretty big guy.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Himself.
They
So
come
he's
off.
an ogre himself, possibly. Freaking
Yeah, I mean,
dorky
he would be
loser,
that
but definitely an ogre.
Yeah, and he really needs to keep that day job because whoa.
No, don't keep the day job. No. I would hope someone took that license away already and be like, no, you don't deserve that whatsoever,
Yeah.
sir.
Right? Absolutely. It's like, oh my goodness. So it sounds like there's more workers coming out to talk to police about Mr. Rex, hey?
Yeah, there was some from Atlantic City.
Is
Ooh.
there some from
Yeah,
Atlantic
one
City?
specifically that I remember reading. I think the article came out yesterday. It was
Oh.
he had at least came by there like 3 different times
Are you kidding me?
and like always asked her to like or try to convince her to meet her outside of the club or meet him outside.
Wow. I'm just looking that up to see what I can find because there is similarities. You know, there is. And what is this with all these women being barefoot?
The only thing that I can suspect is that, and I'm not saying, and this is just like an open thing. I'm not like including
Mhm.
Rex in this. This is just like
Mhm.
open. There was a hotel there. It was a cheap
Mhm.
motel.
Yes, where they were all staying
Um,
is
so I could kind of see whoever picked them up bringing them back there,
Mhm.
and then maybe them running out of the room, or just him doing what he did and like leaving them, or maybe he had a foot fetish. Some
That's
foot
what I'm
fetish guys
wondering, like
like
a
to have
foot
shoes.
fetish or
I mean,
I'm
it could
just
be
kind
that
of
could be like their prize is they have a foot fetish, so they take the shoes. There was like something like that, like back in the 70s at a college, that went unsolved forever, and then finally some, but like they had like one of those think tank crews, like a bunch of smart people that get together, and I was like, guy had a foot fetish because the girl was missing her shoes, like, and it turned out it was like the security guard from the campus who was like supposed to be patrolling the area. It's kind of interesting.
yeah. Sorry, I was just looking that up in Atlantic City, and they're not saying which cases, but it does sound like they're at least
Yeah.
trying to, if nothing else, eliminate, right?
How do I look up history? History.
Bad human.
Bad. Talking about bad humans. Crumley.
Yes, Ethan Crumley.
Ethan freaking Crumley. I'd already forgotten about that kid. I really did. Forgot about him. But I had no idea that his journal said the things that it said.
I haven't looked into anything recent, to be honest with you.
You don't even really have to look into a lot. Like I can send you just like a little clip of what his journal said, or because somebody was reading it out loud.
Pretty
in court.
mortifying.
This is premeditated.
Oh,
And
but
the
aren't
things,
most of them though, right?
but no, the things that he said in his journal that he wanted to do, he freaking did. Word for word. Did.
Almost like a manifesto.
Yes. That's exactly what it sounded like.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Twisted.
You know, like, I mean, I don't want to be that person, but like, you know, sometimes people aren't born right, you know?
Oh, it's true. Yeah.
What do you do with those? So
you lock them up.
I mean, you can't lock them up because like sometimes you can see it from like when they're really young, you know? You're just like, oh man, there's something wrong with that kid.
Get that kid counseling and watch him like a freaking hawk. Don't let him play with pointy things.
It's terrifying. That's like the one thing like, hey, why don't you have any kids? I'm like, well, the world, first of all. Also, I don't know, demon. Possibly.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Just a broken human.
And that happened.
You know?
That could happen.
Yeah. Yep. Born with glitches
and I think
in the
like
wrong spots.
the way he was talking in his journal, I've never heard anything so angry and specific, like targeted.
Okay.
Like as far as his
Mhm.
age, like that age, like I couldn't even think like that at that age. Like I had my own, I don't know. Like it's just the dude's messed up. The kid's messed up. That kid
Oh, for
is
sure.
messed up.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he really should get life in prison. Just my opinion. He should get life in prison without parole.
Right. I'm going to jump back to this case for
Heuerman.
Yeah. So prosecutors revealed Heuerman had continually patronized workers of all hours of the night while he was under FBI surveillance. That kind of surprises me that they allowed that, because isn't that kind of risky? Is that a fear for public safety that cops moved to arrest Heuerman even as they waited forensic test results in a fourth that he has yet to be charged with? He has pled not guilty, as they do, and is charged with 3 women: Melissa Bartholomew, Amber Costello, Megan Waterman. He is the prime suspect in a 4th woman, Maureen Brainerd Barnes. So the 59-year-old's arrest marked a stunning breakthrough on a very stalled cold case that first made headlines back in 2010 when police began looking for Shannon Gilbert. Instead, they discovered 10 sets of remains, and these were all scattered along that, as they say, desolate barrier island. So now that we know how many people were on that stretch of road as far as population, only 400 and some? Well, is that right? 400 or 800? I'm not remembering at the moment. Jesus, Lord Murphy. So on that island, there's that many people. It's going to be one quiet place in the middle of the night. Maybe the odd car going home, but that's it. Be very desolate. And back then they didn't have street lights. I can't remember. 400.
Yeah, you said it was about 400 and let's just say 450, 480 or something.
Yeah.
The number was.
So when you think about that and that stretch, I mean, yeah, there's movement, but usually at that time, the only person that's coming home is some drunk guy trying to avoid the cops. Like, it's going to be quiet. I grew up in a town of between where I was, well, through some mid years, anyways, where I was and went to school were 2 different places, and between the both of them, we probably had about the same amount of people. And I swear you knew exactly what everybody was doing. It takes that much. And then you get into a group like that, a lot of them are family. But I think these ones, like, it showed their the demographics. It did show that they were made somewhere around 180,000 a year. So with that, if that has anything to do, it would be a nice place for some higher end housing. So these ones were all displayed face down, pointing east, which is interesting. Oh no, we're back to Atlanta here. So 4 bodies were discovered in a sewage ditch behind. Is it the Golden Key Motel you were talking about, friend?
Yeah, it's like Black Horse, Golden Key Motel. Yes.
Okay.
In Egg Harbor.
Okay.
Yeah.
And face down, pointing east.
So I must feel like their bodies were pointing east, which would point them towards the direction of the casinos.
Yeah, because that's where they were explaining that they were Let's check this out.
Yes.
No, skip. It's not letting me skip.
Skip the ad. Skip ad.
Skip. What the hell?
Download and solve the puzzles now.
Okay. I tried to skip the ad.
By the way, guys, if you just saw that commercial, all those games are fake. They don't exist. They don't exist.
This is the neighbors or the neighborhood.
It would be hard for you to say if she was really like battered. She was a prisoner of the house.
I never saw her black and blue or anything like that, but I don't think that they really got. I don't really think she was like free as everybody else was.
She had a limited income. She was getting an allowance.
That's what I think. I'm not sure about that at all because I haven't seen her in years. And
So why say anything at all?
Unsolve the mystery of the food stamps because she was saying that her son was the one getting the food
well,
stamps.
my son gets them because he's on disability since he was born disabled, and her son was born disabled.
So it makes sense.
So that comes along with the Social Security, but I didn't like how people were bashing them on like the neighborhood stuff, like, oh, she was seen in Walmart with food stamps and stuff like that. Why are you taking that down? Yeah,
it's humiliating.
Yeah.
So why are you talking?
So the last time you saw Asa was how many years ago?
Probably not over 10 years.
Whoa, over 10 years since she's seen them.
So why is she talking? I'm sorry. Like she's sitting there going, oh, I just feel so bad that people are like talking about them. And then she literally talks about the wife. She's like, oh, she wasn't like the person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so why are you talking? She's a hypocrite. I don't know. That annoyed me. That annoyed me.
Suffolk County District Attorney Ray Tierney said Tuesday it was too early to say whether the trove of evidence collected from the home would show whether any women passed away inside that home. Evidence does not point either one way or the other, he said, adding that the search recovered a massive amount of material that needs to be processed. Oh my word. They took a lot of stuff. So, however, Tierney confirmed investigators did not recover obvious remains during the excavation of the backyard, saying there was nothing of note taken from the backyard. But the search did turn up at least 279 weapons kept inside a thick basement vault large enough for a person to walk into. So I don't know if I've got it up here or not, and I've only heard it the once, so it's not fact. It's just something I've heard. But someone was saying there was a mattress in that room. Police took boxes of additional evidence from the house, which he described as very cluttered environment. Okay, I don't promote that person, so we'll go down here. Like, they took so much.
They were there for what, 12 days? Right? 12, 13 days?
Yeah. Somewhere in there, you bet. Like almost 2 weeks. And everything that I've heard, I don't know about you, but everything I've heard, they just said like it was just like a mess. Things everywhere. Clutter, 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 clutter.
I can believe it if it looks like anything on the outside.
Well, that's it, right? So in South Carolina, where his brother lives, police are looking for video recordings and writings related to these deaths burlap, duct tape, guns, ammunition, cutting tools, and a specific type of paper towel from the Bounty modern print. So if you're looking for cutting tools, I found out from watching a case recently that bread knives do wonders.
Do they though? Do they?
Do they though? Unreal. What's her name? Taylor
Sha
Shamelt?
business. Ain't no business like sha business.
Oh my word. I
Yo.
don't know. It was all I could get a hold of. It's like, oh my God.
I don't usually I mean, if I call anybody a witch with a B, it's because I like you. But this girl,
Right?
she
Yeah.
she crazy.
Oh my word.
Crazy.
Crazy.
And I'm not talking about like insanity plea. She's guilty as shit.
I think she's guilty as shit, but I think she's
crazy.
needs. But I do. I think like she's batshit crazy, and I do believe that she is probably certifiable, in my
I was
opinion.
sucking and sawing. There I was, sucking and sawing. I've never been
yucky.
No, thank you.
So authorities also seized a Chevrolet Avalanche, which Heuerman had transferred to his brother in 2012 from that property out there. I think it's interesting because I've heard some say that it was green and some say that it was black, and he owns both. So after a tip brought Heuerman's name into police attention in March 2022, Tierney formed a secret grand jury task force to investigate his potential connection to the attacks. Still gathering evidence on Maureen Brainerd Barnes. Unreal. Oh, hey, thank you. Shauna, thank you, friend. I really appreciate that. I do. Very much so, girls. Wow. Oh, right, Ken? There's going to be like 60 years worth of dust and hairs and fibers and DNA and who knows what from how many people.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I need to fix my little bot thing because I like it to let me know so I don't miss those things like that, Shauna. I had that little bot doing stuff for me, but then it got really bossy with everybody, and it was like,
Ken, probably depending if it's ever been actually interiorly cleaned, they could probably get something. Like if you've never actually like washed the inside of the truck like thoroughly, you just maybe a lot of people don't really clean the inside of their vehicles like that, like the little spaces like in between the chairs and whatnot. They could find something.
I think they could.
After 10 years, they could.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Probably have to get a warrant for that, but I bet they could. The wife, for sure, because her hair was found. Yeah, that makes total sense. That makes total sense.
A warrant for what?
DNA.
Oh, their DNA test. To be honest, with the stuff that they collected from the scene, like from the house, they're gonna like if they get any DNA off of anything, they're gonna test it. And since they already have the profiles for Asa and they have the profile for Rex, they'll know if it's one of their kids, where that's coming from.
Is that right, Ken? I can believe it. I can believe it. Ted Bundy took the seats out of his car, scrubbed it with bleach, and they still found DNA. Yeah. So Long Island police dodge questions about crucial piece of evidence at the house. So was curious about this one. Let's say.
Even fly poo, what would you call that? Desicrement? Like fly poo, essentially. I saw a case one time where this girl had disappeared like 10 years prior and they had no idea where she was, but they finally got like a hit or a clue on a lead on someone to go to, and they went to the trailer that was abandoned, had been abandoned for years, and they were still, the guys didn't know where to swab. They were swabbing everything they could. They were there for hours, and then finally they saw a fly, and they kind of followed it because they were like, "Oh, flies poo," and then, and they eat blood and flesh and stuff like that. So they followed the fly and found their excrement, swabbed it, and the DNA came back to their missing person.
That's amazing.
They found their murderer. Isn't that amazing? Using
that
fly
is amazing.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
And that's good.
Flies are really nasty.
Work, by the way. Real good.
Very good detective. I would say. Yep. Disgusting.
Yes.
Fly poop.
Yes.
But hey.
Disgusting. Yes. But hey, if it brings me the answer that I want, then let's do it.
Exactly. Right. Exactly.
I'll gag the whole way through it, but I'm going to do it.
Right. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this.
Why did YouTube just block your mosquito poop and magnifying glass? Perry, it blocked his message, so I had to like unblock it.
Oh my goodness, Dandy. Wow. Wow. Thank you.
Chooch. You're too kind. Thank you, Chooch.
I didn't put that up
Dandy,
because I'm making burgers and you and Mr. Franky visit the Springs. Oh my goodness, Dandy.
You're too cute.
You guys. I just want them up at the same time. Chooch, you so rock. Wow, really kind, guys. Yep, any and all biological fluids. What did you say was blocked, friend?
Oh, Perry's little message. He put a mosquito, a poo, and a magnifying glass, and YouTube blocked it.
Really?
Yeah. And it wasn't like your system. It was literally YouTube that blocked it.
Wow.
It must be a secret language I don't know about.
I don't see it.
Magnifier.
So what, it shows up on the stream, or how does it show up?
Well, whenever it's like I have the chat up and being a mod, like, so what you'll see in the chat is his message, and it says like blocked, click to approve or disapprove. So someone has to approve it.
Okay.
So I had to approve his message.
Because it had that poop in it.
Is it because it had the poo emoji?
Yeah. I bet you it is. Yeah.
Is James here? Did James leave? Is James here? Is he gone?
I'm not sure.
He was saying something about freaking what's his name? Elon Musk taking over Twitter and becoming X, right?
Yes.
And then the guy, I can't remember his name now. He used to be the ex-CEO of that place, like chief manager guy.
Mm-hmm.
There's a meme of him like refusing poo, the poo emoji. He was like,
"Oh my word!"
So, did they buy YouTube? Did Elon Musk buy YouTube? Is that possible?
Anything is possible. Oh, that sounds so good.
Possible.
Yeah, anything is possible. Good Lord. So we looked at that. Yeah. So did you want to go through the map a little bit there, Mekci? We can take a look.
What do you want to look at exactly?
I was thinking just kind of from the office again, back to his house, and then maybe back into that area. Just kind of show us how easy these routes are. So I did find out that he allegedly took made use of that subway.
Very possible.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just thought, yeah, just kind of another kind of look at how these phones connect and where they ultimately end up.
Yeah, we can do that.
Do you know Chooch?
Do I know Chooch?
Yeah.
Oh, I know Chooch personally, yeah.
Do I know Chooch?
Yeah, we're great. Yeah, we're all great friends.
We're all great friends.
Yep.
Thank you, Chooch.
No, I'm not gonna say anything. Yeah, I'm ready whenever you are.
Okay, I'll put you up.
And you just
Yeah.
kind of want to look at
Just kind of a fast overview before we jump off of where everything is.
this. Will look confusing, I know, but don't worry. Do you want to start at Rex's house?
Yeah, that sounds great. Oh, jazzy girl.
All right. So we're in Massapequa. What's it called? Park? Massapequa Park at the moment.
Massapequa Park, yeah.
Yes. I wonder if I can zoom in a little. Better? Does that look better?
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously we already know what his house looks like, but this is where he's at in Massapequa Park. I did my very best to put different colored lines with everyone. I mean, actually including even the ones that aren't even connected to him at the moment. I just wanted to put the lines in so everyone can see like where they're going and how they intersect with each other. So this is his house. He's going to be in the school death because he's evil. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Dandy, oh my good Lord, woman. Thank you so much.
I mean,
I always, I appreciate it so
it's
much.
very lovely.
Oh my goodness, it's kind. Yeah. Wow. Jazzy always has something to say. She does. She is so sweet, right? Oh my goodness. Yeah, very appreciated. Wow. Wow.
I know, right?
Yeah. Yeah, my heart swells. My goodness.
I wonder if Dandy is like on something. Because like usually like I get trigger happy like this. I'm like, here, just take all of my money. I love you. Like for real. It sounds like, dude, stop. Someone takes that girl's ATM card away from her. Stop it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Wowzer. Wowzer.
We love you, Franky.
Makes my heart feel so good. Wow. I know, right?
Hi, babies.
Oh my goodness. That honestly puts puts a massive, massive dip into like my monthly expenses, but I had no clue.
Mhm.
Wowzer. Wowzer. So from his home
Mhm.
to his work.
To his office.
Mhm.
This will be his office, and you have a
Oh my
pretty.
goodness.
You can already see all the different colored lines coming through.
Mhm.
It's
And
all
those each color is
a
another
different
person, right?
person. Yes. Each color will be a different person.
Okay.
So yeah, suspicious. Okay. Yeah.
Very.
So far, Rex has only been charged with 3 of the Gilgo 4.
Right.
I think they suspect him of marine as well, right? Is that right? Marine.
Mhm. Yeah. They're still waiting to see if there was enough in the I guess the hair was very degraded that was attached to
Yeah,
the tape.
which was understandable because by the time they found him, the difference that a few years makes.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Which is a shame because I think that one was the male hair, wasn't it? At least that's all they could test
For
from it
some
was
reason, I
always
thought it
male.
was well, it could be. I thought it was actually the wife's, but I'm not positive, so it could very well be a male.
Yeah, and one of them had like a male hair in there. I think 2 of them were female, and then one of the persons that had female hair also had a male hair on them. It was something like that. One of them had a male hair on them. Okay, just go with that.
So, yeah, I heard he hired a lot of petite women too. Can you imagine? Like, I would be standing under a scalding hot, hot shower.
They were all about no more than 5'2". I know one of them was like 4'11". He's fine. Maureen disappeared in 2007, so she would have been the
Yeah.
first. And we follow Maureen.
Yes, he did.
She
Yep.
was originally from Connecticut
Yep.
and actually took a train. She was 4'11". Mother of 2.
Wow. Yeah.
She had previously worked as an escort, but then quit, right? Nobody ever dreams about doing that job, of course, but she had previously worked at that, tried to like find a job to support herself and her 2 kids, but didn't work out.
Mhm. Right.
And so she kind of took this opportunity to go to New York
Mhm.
to make some money. And that's when she disappeared.
And it's amazing when you look at how everything is bunched up there.
How it all leads to him almost.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then a lot of them head right back to the house. Well, if not all of them, right back to that house.
Yeah. So once
And
Maureen came into town. She was actually reported to have gone missing from a hotel here.
Mm-hmm.
On 46th Street. She had been talking to the same kind of burner phone for a while. It used to be like a Hotel 8 or Super OT, like whatever it was. I don't know.
Yeah, the golden
Super 8 motel. That's what it
Super,
used to be when she had stayed there.
Okay.
But it's now like Hotel Square, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
The hotel at Times Square. But she had been talking to the same person off a burner phone who had a burner phone for like days.
Yeah.
And then came into Manhattan. And it was reported that she had actually called a friend and told them that she was going on a date. And
Right.
they were going to pick her up from right in front of the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
And then her next phone location immediately after that was on the bridge on Koch?
I think it's Coke.
Koch. It's Koch.
There's a trucking company, and it's called Coke,
Koch.
and that's how it's spelled.
Yes, it's Koch, Ed Koch, Queensboro, former mayor of New York. Thank you for the fun facts. Appreciate it.
Ed Koch. Okay.
Yeah. That's
former mayor of New York. Okay.
Yeah, apparently. Fun facts. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, hey, yeah.
Yeah. So that was her last location.
Okay. And that is basically
that was her last cell site.
Mm-hmm.
Was on July 9th, and her phone didn't come back on till 3 days after her disappearance in Islandia. Which, this is in a box, guys. This is in a box because this is the LIRR. And all they could tell from the phone records was that phone had checked its voicemail twice in the area, right? But how coincidental that the LIRR is right there.
Right. Which is their version of the subway, right?
Yes. To get to Long Island, yes. You would have to take the Long Island Railroad. Yeah. Which I actually have a picture of if you guys want to see. I tried my best to take a picture of it.
Sure. So a bunch of documents dropped today as far as Brian Koberger goes. So that is probably who I'm going to cover tomorrow morning anyways, because there was, oh my goodness, like a pretty good document dump.
So this right here.
Yeah.
And if I zoom in any further, you guys will like miss the picture of it, but just look at my mouse. That right there is Central Islip.
Okay.
Put this down for a second. And that's where we're at right now.
Okay.
That's
okay.
Central Islip. You see it?
Okay. Yeah, you betcha.
So it's very possible that a lot of people commute. It's not unusual. It's not unusual for him.
Well, I did read that he commuted.
Yeah.
So I can see it. I mean, when I lived in cities, I always took whatever city's version of a subway. Just leave my vehicle at the park and ride, and off I would go. So it would make sense.
Which is interesting because Manorville, I think, is right around this area right here.
So that's also accessible by a subway?
Yeah. By the LIRR, depending on what way you take. Yeah.
Okay. Most of these guys like to go back and look at their work.
Let's see where that's actually at. Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Wow.
Interesting, right?
And then from his house over to Ocean View or Ocean Drive, where they were found, is I've been hearing 10, 15 minutes away from his house. That's pretty bloody close. And probably one of the very few places that are, well, in that area, absolutely, that are desolate.
26 minutes.
26 minutes?
Yeah. If he's coming from his home and then taking the Sunrise Highway.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know where they got the 10, 15 minutes from.
And then coming down
I would think that would be
the pretty the same direction we've always talked about, that big loop.
Yes.
That he could take, which now that we're talking about it, he does one with.
Oh, and I also read today that he did like to hunt bear. I found that interesting. Was used to make an outbound call, checking her voicemail from a cell site location in Freeport.
So she went missing on just July 10th.
Mm-hmm.
Right? July 10th.
Yeah.
And on July 10th, actually, weirdly enough, you can actually see her traveling to Manhattan. And then the burner phone. Wait. So the Bartholomew cell phone traveled from Midtown Manhattan to Massapequa. And weirdly enough, Rex's cell data does the same freaking thing. Not a burner phone. Rex's personal phone coincides with that date.
Oh, explain that one, Rex.
Yeah. Weird.
I keep looking over at Ken about the Asian male dressed like a woman and some of the searches that he...
Yeah, me and him talked about that.
Yeah, we sure will. We sure did. And it just makes him, out of all of the other ones, that one kind of stands out to me as a possible other victim. I mean, maybe he did all of them. What do I know?
Right. And that's kind of what the big assumption was, like, going into it. A lot of that's why they called it the LISC.
Right.
They called him the LISC serial.
Yeah,
right?
Long Island. Yes.
Yeah, the LISC serial. And they suspected him of all of those. All the people that were found on that island, they suspected him of it. They all thought it was like, they just called him the LISC.
Yeah.
At some point after that, they're like, well, maybe it's like a different guy, but it is absolutely very possible. Just from, again, because I have Taylor and Mac also listed on here with lines. These are them, actually.
Way
Look
up there.
how close
Yeah.
they were found to each other. It's like half a mile, not even.
Yeah.
I think it is. Yeah, 0.5 miles. 3 years apart from each other.
Yeah.
Yet their partial remains were found down here. Why?
Yeah, that is very, very sus, is it not? That, I mean, yeah.
Oh,
so
you
the
guys
first
like this.
victim.
Hold on, you'll really like this. Wait 1 second. So Valerie
Mack.
Mack She was one of the girls that was unidentified. They labeled her as Jane Doe's number 6. Her partial remains, her torso, were found in Manorville, where we were just at, where I just showed you, back in 2000. This is 2000.
Yeah.
They had
way
found
back
yes.
there.
And this day here, they found her other remains, right? Skull.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
But right, but
they
couldn't match it. They could match them together, but they couldn't match it. It took them till 2020 using genealogy testing to find out who she was, and she was missing out of Port Republic, New Jersey. Look, guys, look, you're gonna love it. Hold on, we're gonna get there. Just wait. Almost there. Look at that. Do you know what this? That's where she was reported missing out of. Her family last saw her in the spring of 2000. And this is the Eastbound Strangler.
Yes.
No, not 2007. 2000.
What I think Maureen was the first victim. Can you remember, Mekci?
As far as like the Gilgo 4, yes, she was the first.
Yeah. Yeah.
She went in 2007.
Yes. Yeah, and you know what? I don't disagree about the child victim thought. It breaks my heart that there was a young toddler found, and that is Peach's daughter. Peaches is yet to be identified.
Oh, hold on. If you guys want to see the mapping for Peaches, that's what that looks like. She's the dark green color. And then I linked her to the child down here, but
yeah,
this is all.
That's it.
Everything you see in black is going to be that burner phone that they have with
Rex,
Melissa. With Melissa, like all those phone calls.
Okay.
That phone,
gotcha.
that burner phone was being linked at the same time that he was using that phone, which we can go look at here in a second. But all the black is going to be him.
Unreal.
Is burner phone or Rex. And this is all in the same area. This is where they first found her remains in 1997.
Yeah.
Really weird.
So they're looking at one more in Vegas. They're looking at a few in Atlantic City. Hopefully they're snooping around Iceland a little bit. And, you know, we just have to hope more areas start to get pinned down as to where he could have been at certain times. And maybe we can learn a little bit more. Because there's got to be more. Unreal.
My junior executive partner says hello, Franky.
Hello.
Oh, geez.
So basically, I mean, they have got this nailed. They've got pretty much with all of these victims, they can put at least his burner phone coinciding with them from the call to a meeting spot to Massapequa and ultimately where they ended up. And of course, Shannon Gilbert is still being looked at. But
I know.
there's something similar, but not enough for me to put her
No, I
in
mean,
there.
I totally agree with a lot of you guys that it's like not connected. But it just like, I don't want to leave her out because she's like the reason. She is the reason.
I don't think she should at all be left out. She is the
All of these
reason. You're right.
people got found, and
Yeah.
this is
And
why we
she,
are where we're at right now. It's because of her, and I just want her to have.
as she should, you
Yeah.
know, and just because she's probably, in my mind, not associated with the other ones as far as that goes, she still died
Sandy.
tragically, and thank you.
Dude, she is on fire.
She's on fire.
Her be on fire.
Oh, Dandy, I love you.
Oh,
Adventure
you.
time.
Blessings.
Woohoo.
Blessings.
Oh, what a love. My goodness. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's so nice. Yeah. I'll be saying to hubby, I'll be covering my bills this month.
Dude, next time he comes back, just be like, hey, you want to go to lunch?
Yeah, I'm buying. Actually, you know what? I am just so happy to be able to cover the expenses. I really am.
I know it.
Like, yeah, that just thrills me to bits. But past that, you know, pretty much everything will get put back. You know, I'll upgrade when I need to, some things that I need to, and absolutely. Absolutely. I'm still waiting for my AdSense for the commercials to send me a code. I find everything that comes to Canada hangs out at that border for an awful long time.
Or they send it back, and you lose all your money.
Yeah, right? Like, oh my goodness. And look at how long that took.
Well, it took forever because they were holding it going like, do we allow batteries?
Should we? Should we?
It seems harmless. I don't know. Bastards. Freaking bastards. I mean, they could have called me. You know, all my information was on there. And be like, hey, do you mind if we take this out? And then, yeah, absolutely. Take it out. Keep it. Actually.
Right.
But send the rest of it off. That'd be awesome.
Oh, I can do that for free. Actually, I'll put that on. And I think we're just about done. Are we not, friend?
Mm-hmm. Well, no, you're the controller. You're the magician.
I'm the controller. Well, I
master.
Let's watch Dr. Defib.
So you never ran a home for wayward girls, and you had nothing to do with Shannon Gilbert's death.
Never.
That's correct.
Mm-hmm.
What about all the other girls?
Oh, Jesus Christ!
What was that?
My defibrillator. Sons of bitches.
Call 911.
No, don't.
The bitches.
No, it's all right. I'm a doctor.
I'm calling 911.
Call 911. I'll refuse.
I'll refuse help.
Oh,
That's fine. I'm still calling 911.
911.
Please don't.
I'm going to call 911.
You can call
Yeah,
911. What channel are you from?
I'm going to call 911. If you're having
What
a
channel
problem
are
with
you
your
from?
defibrillator, let me call 911.
What channel are you from?
Please, doctor, let me call 911.
Okay. Would you find out these guys caused me to have a defibrillation? Just take pictures of these.
He wants
would you?
me.
Okay, let me call 911.
I'll be gone.
Sir, please let me call the doctor.
I'll be gone
Please.
before they
I am
get
a
here.
doctor.
I know, but
I
you
am a
need
doctor.
assistance. If your defibrillator is having a problem, you need assistance.
No, my defibrillator's having a problem because you were shining that goddamn light in my eyes.
Oh my goodness.
Jeez,
You were staring at the light the whole time prior to that. You smiled
What was
at it. And he
that?
was like,
my
hello.
defibrillator. Sons of bitches.
Later.
No, don't. No, it's all right. I'm a doctor.
I'm calling
No, it's
911.
all right.
You call
I'm a doctor.
911, I'll refuse. Ah,
It's
ah.
all right.
I'm going to call 911. You,
Please
sir,
don't.
I'm going to call 911.
Yeah, you can call 911. What channel are you from?
I'm going to call
How
911. If
dare
have
you
a
try to
problem with
help
your
me?
defibrillator,
Okay, what
let me call
what
911.
channel are you from?
Please, doctor, let me call 911.
Okay, would you find out these guys caused me to have a defibrillation? Just take pictures of these clowns, would you?
Okay, let me call 911.
I'll be gone.
Sir, please let me call the doctor. Please.
I am a doctor.
I know, but you need a...
Oh my God.
You're getting in a motor vehicle and you just claim to have like palpitations.
If you call the doctor, I'll leave. I'll refuse
right.
help.
You're right. That's fine. I'm gonna call 911.
Oh my God. Yeah. I'm gonna call. No, don't call. Yeah. Oh, let me call. Let him give you the paddles.
No, it's okay. I'm a doctor. I know what I'm having. I'm a doctor.
Oh my God, her maps, hey? Yeah, excellent job, friend. Yeah, her maps are incredible. Daddy. Oh, girl. I thank you.
This fucking girl. Did you just put my thing? Did you just open up my mic? I thought I was like, this fucking girl's choking. I was like, dude.
Oh my God, Dandy. I appreciate you, girl. You give yourself a holler day. You need a holler day. Oh my God.
I'm shaking my boobies.
Kristen almost wants to just add that in as part of that's probably what I should do, is try and get that in on a
an intro.
Yeah.
I got you.
Oh my goodness. Well, everybody, I think before Dandy goes broke.
I know, dude.
Like, what a
yo,
love.
for real. Like, dude, stop. Like,
oh my
don't
goodness.
do it. Like, I'm not not for you, like Frankie. Like, I want everybody to support you. Like, for real. Like, all the money you get, the better. But like, dude, for real, you've done enough, Dandy. You've done enough.
Oh my goodness. What a love. Oh my goodness gracious. So, good night, Mr. Mekci. Thanks, Mekci.
Oh, you're welcome.
That's always awesome. So don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe if you're not a member. Come join our family. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.